It's time to level up your money game. Listen, first of all, y'all look amazing. How y'all doing? How you feeling though? Let's talk money. Would you believe me if I told you that you could afford to buy a dope-ass mansion with not one, not two, 109 bedrooms, but at the same time, you couldn't even afford to keep the grass cut? Imagine you could pay $20 million in cash for this giant home today, but a few months later, you couldn't even afford to maintain it. Welcome to No Money. I'm Brandon Copeland, AKA Professor Cope, and class is now in session. Let's do it. Let me tell you a little story about Evander Holyfield, a legend on a whole lot of levels. His nickname was The Real Deal, although I'd whip his ass, though, I'm letting you know. He was a 4-time heavyweight champ, and dude was absolutely rolling in cash. Holyfield bought a beautiful estate fit for a king, but I'm not gonna lie to you, even the king might be like, dog, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. You might be overcompensating right now. I'm talking about 54,000 square foot mansion. 235 acres, a bowling alley, a movie theater, 3 pools, a 7-stall barn, and a whole baseball field with lights and a scoreboard. This estate costs about $1 million to maintain every single year. The electric bill alone costs $16,500 per month. Do you realize how much $16,500 is? That's enough to get Netflix for 137 years. By the time you blew through that type of money, the kids from Stranger Things would be living in a retirement home, all right? This financial burden added so much stress and pressure, Holyfield was finally forced to sell a house at auction. And guess who bought the crib? He does this little thing, he goes, oh! Ricky Rose, the biggest boss himself for $5.7 million.
What did you do your first day in this big-ass house?
It took me maybe 2 or 3 days just to walk through the whole house, and just absorb it in.
Two to 3 days of your ass still that big. Ain't no way. What's the lesson here? A, maybe we don't need 109 rooms. 108 might just be plenty. B, if you do have 109 rooms, turn the damn lights off when you leave the house. And C, it doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account, you can never expect to meet your financial goals if you don't know anything about budgeting. What Evander Holyfield didn't know when he signed on the dotted line to purchase his dream home is that he also signed up to work for the rest of his life. Even though he was a multi-millionaire and could buy a huge mansion in cash, he also bought himself a recurring bill that eventually he couldn't cover. In case you couldn't tell by my Herculean physique, yeah, I know you see it, you better... Yeah, we getting the ratings up out this month. I played in the NFL. And in the NFL, Sunday is the show. But nothing you see on Sundays is possible without the preparation we put in Monday through Saturday. When you're buying a new house, a new car, or even that brand new fit you've been eyeing for a minute, that's just the show. It should be the reward you receive when you made good decisions over time. But in order to reach that show, that end goal, that reward at the end of the tunnel, we need to know where the hell we're starting from so we can actually map out how to get there. And we do that by budgeting. Budgeting is a lot like dieting. Both are commonly misunderstood, and both make you look better on the gram. Dieting isn't about denying your body food, it's about understanding the food that goes into your body. And a budget is about understanding the money that enters and exits your pocket. When you're dieting, you don't want to starve yourself. And when you're budgeting, you don't want to starve your life. Instead, you need to just understand your cash flow. How much money do I have coming in? How many dollars are going out? How much does it cost me to live every single month? Listen, I need to know where every single penny is going on a monthly basis. Every single penny. When those pennies leave my pocket, I'm like a super protective parent. Hey, where you going? How long you gonna be out? Hey, who else gonna be there with you? When you coming back? Hey, you better get your ass back in here before 9 o'clock. Don't have me out there looking for you. I swear. A budget is a tool. How you choose to use it is up to you. This all seems so simple, but how many of us actually do this? A lot less than you think. Let's check it out.
When you were thinking about coming to Nashville, did you budget the money, or is it more like a spontaneous idea?
Am I allowed to swear on national television?
Yes.
I said, it, let's go.
I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee to talk to people about budgeting. We're gonna ask people how much they budgeted, or even if they budgeted anything. Let's go check it out. Did you guys make a budget and have a budget created to come for this Nashville trip?
Yeah, we kind of made a budget.
What was the total cost?
Probably $2,000 by the end of it.
Okay, so that includes
Like rooming, flights, shopping,
booze.
food, booze.
Booze. Airbnb flights and booze, yeah.
1,000 including booze. I like that. So did you guys budget that $1,500 as a group beforehand?
No.
Did you guys get an Airbnb or a hotel?
Airbnb.
How much was it? How much you paying rent?
$750.
$750. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And is that like part of a larger budget that you're making every single month? Kind of like to budget your money out?
What do you mean?
Have you been to Nashville before?
Actually, this is my first time in a long time. We actually came just to ride the mechanical bull over there.
Just to ride the bull.
Yeah,
What's the celebration?
no celebration.
Just to ride the bull. You heard it here first. Did y'all budget this money beforehand, or was it more of a swipe with the credit card?
Kind of a swipe with the credit card. If it's not a swipe with the credit card, you think about it too much, you know what I mean?
think that's the whole thing. Yeah, it's a swipe. I'm all impulse buys. I don't think anything through.
By a show of hands, how many of you in here in the audience keep a budget? All right, we got a few. After today, that's going to be 100%, I promise you. Only 32% of American households keep a detailed budget that tracks their monthly income and expenses. And 65% of Americans have no clue how much money they spent last month. That's 65%. It's a lot of people. Spending without a budget is like trying to heat your house in the winter in Buffalo with your windows open. How can you reach the financial goals you've been working so hard for when you don't know how much you're actually spending? And more importantly, how much you actually are wasting? A great budget will make sure you have all the windows closed before you actually turn on the furnace. When I talk about money, I always like to visualize a face and a name. We gotta make this thing real. So, meet Brianna. Brianna is a teacher in Maryland who makes $43,143 per year before taxes. The money you make before taxes is your gross income. It's important to make the distinction between gross income and net income. Gross income is the total amount of money that you bring in. This may be your salary or your top line revenue. The simplest way to explain it is they call it gross because it's gross to see how much taxes they take out of your check, all right? Your net income is what you will have to spend after all taxes and other deductions have been taken out of your paycheck. When making a budget, it's all about your net income. Why would you budget for money that you'll never actually see, never actually touch, and therefore never actually be able to spend? Although Brianna makes $43,143, she really only has $29,815 to spend. It's a big difference. She brings in $2,292 every single month, which means her paycheck is $1,146 every 2 weeks. Now that we know our income, it's time to calculate our fixed expenses. A fixed expense stays the same from month to month. Your mortgage, your rent, your internet, your phone bill, or your car payment. These are all examples of fixed expenses. Brianna has a rent payment of $1,500 a month, but she bikes to work, so she doesn't have a car payment. Now, Brianna has to account for her other fixed expenses, which include her cell phone bill, her heat bill, and her electric bill. Oh, and don't forget her subscriptions. Bree's decided to cut out cable, trying to cut back and make some savings here, and just pay for internet and a few streaming services. Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, Peacock. God damn, Bree! How much TV you need? Brianna's fixed expenses add up to $2,032 every single month. Now she has to calculate how much she spends on non-fixed necessities. These are things like groceries, clothing, toiletries, and cleaning supplies. These are things we need to survive, but the cost of them can fluctuate month to month. Brianna's non-fixed necessities are $405 this month. Again, these change from month to month, so these can be places to look to make adjustments as needed. However, the next category is where you're likely to find the most areas you can cut back on if you're ever in a pinch. I'm talking about leisure and entertainment, people. Now, I didn't say you're gonna wanna cut back in these areas, but life is all about decisions. My boys, Big Sean and Drake, even though they never met me yet, but you know, we're gonna be friends soon. They have songs called sacrifices, because in order to get where we're trying to go, it takes sacrifice. That means cook tonight instead of going out to eat. Or skip that night out with friends so you're not looking at your bank account when you sober up like, damn, I don't even like them motherfuckers. Leisure includes traveling and going out. Some of the things that make life fun but aren't vital to our survival. Bree spends $300 a month on this category alone. So let's add all that up. Brianna spends a total of $2,737 a month, but Brianna brings in $2,292 a month. So we got a problem. With the budget in hand, we have at least a starting line. Because Bree is in the red, she has two options: grow her income or cut expenses. But you may have different findings of your own. You may be faced with the challenge of figuring out where to allocate a surplus. Or you may have caught some unused subscriptions draining your pocket every single month that you can now cut. Maybe you want an extra vacation, or a date night with your partner, or maybe to finally purchase that car you've been dreaming of. With a budget in hand, now you know exactly how to attack and reach those goals. Regardless of what you've been contemplating, now you actually have a clear picture of what's happening to your wallet on a monthly basis, where all those hours of hard work you exchange for dollars are actually going. More importantly, you figured out how much it costs you to live. One of the hardest parts about budgeting is picking and choosing what to cut when you're in the red. Our friend, Nate Meeker, recently went through this process, and he had some tough decisions to make. Let's take a look.
Thanks for having me budget, man. Money's been super tight lately, and I'm sick of living paycheck to paycheck.
Happy to help. Let's just log onto your bank account, and we'll see what you spent last month.
Can we not do that, actually?
Can we not what?
Look at the bank account.
How would we budget you if we don't see what you're spending money on?
Hey, fine.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it says here you spent $89.99 at Mike's Gourmet Mayonnaise Manor. What's that?
Yeah, that's Mike's. They make these craft, high-end mayonnaises. We actually have some in the fridge if you want to try it.
And you spent $90 on mayo.
Yeah, it's like the best mayo you've ever had. Okay, fine, we can cut it.
Okay. What's $275 to the CQL? What's the CQL?
Yeah, those are my dues for the city Quidditch League.
Quidditch?
I'm in a rec league.
A rec league for the fake game from Harry Potter?
It's not fake. The books are fake, but like I play the game.
Okay, you should probably cut your Quidditch league.
Well, then how else am I supposed to get exercise?
I don't know, join a gym like a normal person.
Okay, fine, but the other bludger boys are gonna be upset.
Okay, moving on. We can't linger. What are all these charges? $10 Pig Farmer Light, $15 Pig Farmer Light. Nate, $25 Pig Farmer Light. What is Pig Farmer Light?
It's an app I play on my phone, all right? It's a game. You like raise these pigs. The app is free.
It's not free if you spend $135 on it this month. Nate!
I had to buy tokens so you can buy outfits for the pigs. Do you want me to win the county fair or not?
Okay, it's either you win first prize at the Pig Farmer Light County Fair, or you stop living paycheck to paycheck.
I hate budgeting.
Today's guest is a master of her own balance sheet. She's leveraged her social media presence into a digital fitness empire. Give it up for Katie Austin.
How you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you.
That intro, I'll take it any day.
When you were in college and coming up in general, did you have a financial education class, a financial literacy resource? What did you do to start to know your money?
It's so interesting that you say that because I would love some sort of education even in high school, even just how to write a check. What is an invoice? What are taxes and how much percent do you have to pay? And what each bracket means. I had no idea truly until I got to college.
We have name, image, likeness now, right? NIL. This isn't something that you could have profited off of as a college student athlete, right? Like, what advice would you give to someone, a younger version of yourself, who's a lacrosse player at USC right now, who wants to monetize their passion, right? Like, how do you tell them to turn it from a passion into a business?
Well, I think focus is huge. And so if you are an athlete and you want to go to that next level, I do think focusing on your sport is key and, not just always focusing so much online stuff, but at the same time, if you can kind of, time manage doing both online and showing yourself online and building that persona on social media, it is a huge moneymaker. On
No Money, we like to have fun. So I want to bring out my son, Bryson. Bryson, come on.
Bryson!
Come here, bud.
Come here! Oh my God, he's so cute.
Oh, there we go. You give Katie a 5?
Hey, what's up, Bryson? I like
Ready?
your outfit. You're so cute.
Come on. We're going to play a game called Explain to a 3-year-old.
Why am I nervous?
Ready? Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna lie. You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Whew. So, first term, net income.
So, net income is basically you have a whole bowl of candy, right? And for the entire year, you get 100 Kit Kat bars. Oh, 100 Kit Kats.
100.
And then the big man government takes about 40 of your Kit Kats.
What? They took the Kit Kats?
It's crazy.
Why?
And so you're left with 60 Kit Kats.
60.
And that's net income.
Net income. All right. Now, all right, next term, gross income.
Gross income.
Gross.
Do you know that word? Gross.
Why?
Gross. So gross is all of it. All 100 Kit Kats in one basket. Everything that you made that year. You ran around to so many houses. You put it in all your bucket, all 100 of them, right here. And that's gross.
Say
all of it.
All of it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, it's gonna heat up a little bit. Ready?
Oh gosh.
Say, I got this.
I got this.
Yeah.
Fixed expenses.
Oh, explain that to a 3-year-old. Okay, back to candy, right?
Yeah.
Do you like candy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite candy?
Lollipops.
Lollipops. Okay, so every month you have to give 3 lollipops to someone. Every month.
Yeah.
And it's consistent. So every month you're giving away 3 of your lollipops, either to your shoes, your shirt, your house, and that's fixed expenses.
There we go. There we go.
You're gonna be
Good
so
job,
good.
bro. Good job.
You're gonna grow up and really, really be so smart about your finances.
Ooh, say
Your
thank
dad's really teaching you well.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
There we go.
course. Thank you for having me.
We
I
appreciate
it.
you. Thank you so much. Katie,
Thank you, guys.
go give her a hug, bud.
Oh, you give really good hugs. You're a good hugger.
A wise man once said, in order to go somewhere, we need to know where we're going. And in order to go anywhere, you have to start somewhere. Let's let that sink in for a second. Who do y'all think it was? It wasn't Confucius. No, not Socrates. That's your boy, Professor Cope. Yeah, that's my quote. Let me get my quote in there. Think of your financial journey like a race. Your budget is your starting point. Anything you do financially will stem from this foundation. I also have to emphasize the word "your" here, because we have to get comfortable running our own race and our race alone. The harsh reality is, not everybody is going to be a billionaire. We all won't have private jets, and we all won't be driving around that Lambo. We all won't be flexing on the gram as much as we want to. But while our follower count might not blow up, our net worth just might. And that's a fair trade-off to me. Financial freedom looks different for each of us, and that's okay. For some, it might look like spending more time with the people you love the most, or having the ability to tell that selfish boss that you're staying home to take care of your sick child. For others, it could mean retiring earlier than 65, or simply living your best life long before retirement. As I've said before, budgeting and this entire financial empowerment journey is extremely personal. You need to lock in on your goals so you can create the life you want. Nipsey Hussle said it best. It takes dedication, hard work, plus patience to sum all my sacrifice. I'm done waiting. Told you that I ain't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Yeah, shout out to Nip. R.I.P., buddy. Attaining financial confidence and eventually financial freedom is simple, but it's not easy. However, you got this. It all starts today with your budget. I'm Brandon Copeland, AKA Professor Cope, and now you know budgeting. Yes. Woo!